Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hey Marchand and welcome back to another good old video of mine. Today I'm going to be showing you some of my PS1 games. The main reason why I want to show you these is not only because I want to show you what I'm interested in, and not only the reason why I'm getting back into retro gaming, because of the fact that if there's any of these games that you want me to play in the future on my channel, leave your thoughts in the comments below, because it's coming to one of those points where I'm just playing random games that I think would be interesting for the channel, and they don't really get a lot of attention. In other words, not a lot of people are interested in these because they're not probably their favourites, or maybe it's not really the strongest point in the channel. But the main reason I want to make gameplay videos on the channel is just to bring up variety as usual. You know, just to bring up a lot of different things besides Lego guns, which is, you know, obviously more successful, but yeah, I want to move on to other things as well, not just focus on one thing, because that can really make me burnt out and everything else. But anyway, I also want to get back into retro gaming because I think today's generation of gaming is, you know, it's just, you know, boring. You know, there's not a lot to offer, you know, besides graphics, 4K, 60 FPS. I don't give a crap about that, alright? I don't care how realistic it looks, even though it does look stunning, but for crying out loud, it's not what I'm here for. I'm here for gameplay, and that is why I want to get back in retro gaming, because I know some of those had great potential. But anyway, let's head on over to show you my 10 PS1 games that I have currently. So, let's get to it. The first game that I have in my collection is a game called Alien Trilogy. Now, again, I'm going to show you a preview here of the gameplay, but basically it's like a Doom clone. All you do is get straight into the action, and well, you get put straight into the action, and you shoot Xenomorphs, face hackers, and all that stuff throughout each level. And at the end of each level, I assume anyway, is you get to kill the alien queen like 3 times, so it can get a bit boring and repetitive at times, but you know, if you're into these sort of games, yeah, I'll probably recommend it, as if you do own either a PS1 or a PS2, because this does play on a PS2 as well because of the backwards compatibility thing. But yeah, I find this quite fun for what it is. You can put cheats on where you get to unlock all the guns straight off the get-go. So yeah, I just basically picked this up basically just because it's Xenomorphs, and I like Xenomorphs. So yeah, I don't know if this is basically the 3 films, like the first film, the second film, and the third film. I don't know, but if you guys know if that's true or not, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, that's the first game. The second game I own is the first Driver game. Yeah, this is the first one apparently. And yeah, I never played this until now. It's basically plays similar to the second one, but this one you don't get out of your car, which is unfortunate. And the unique thing about it is that you get to record your own clips on the game, like certain scenes that you did, or certain drift zones, or badass scenes that you did in the game, and you get to record it in there. So just to make your own clips of what you're just driving through alleyways, and like those stereotypical chase scenes in movies. So yeah, it's a really cool game. I would recommend it if you're into these sort of games where you get to go nuts and go crazy. And also, before you start off going on in the open world, you have to do this test. So you have to do the things that are listed on the list during a time limit. So you have to do a 180 reverse, a drift, a lap around the parking lot, you know, all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. I found it hard at first because I did restart it loads of times out of frustration. But yeah, I managed to get it completed, and I managed to go in the open world, and I assume there's either 2 or 3 different maps you can go into, like Miami, San Francisco, and others as well. So yeah, so that's my second pick. My third pick of the week, well, not really pick, but it's part of my collection, but my third game in the collection is Driver 2, which is its sequel obviously. And it's basically the same game, but it's a little bit more up to par, and a little bit more upgraded, because you can actually get out of your car this time. Now, I'm having some slight troubles with this copy of the game because there's some slight scratches and rotting. If you don't know what rotting is, basically that's when you have your room at a certain temperature, it can like screw up with your disc, and that's not very good. It's like it leaves like a hole or a patch when you shine a light through it. Not really great. And that part of data is gone, so not really that great. So yeah, the only mode I can play on this game is take a ride, which you can do with the first one as well. So yeah, I mean, again, I would recommend this game if you're into these sort of things. So yeah, really cool pick. And I believe this was the first game I got introduced to the Dragon franchise, so that's pretty cool too. My fourth pick of the day, Duke Nukem Time to Kill. Now, it may be a bit of a pun on its own, because when you actually play the game, you have to find like this time machine which you have to go back in time and kill all these like pigs and other monsters in each level. It's kind of self-explanatory, but anyway, I believe this was also the first Duke Nukem game that I was introduced to, and yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I played it quite a bit, and the only part I didn't get to pass was either the Wild West themed level or the mines, because basically when I was little, when I was playing this game, there was this certain like enemy in the game, and I found it quite terrifying to look at, because it was like a squid brain headed monster that like floats in the air and shoots the electric balls at you or whatever, electric orbs, and yeah, it roars at you. I'm like, nah, I can mess with that, I'll turn it off. But anyway, I got into this game again, and you know, I confronted it of course, and basically, yeah, just killed it, moved on, and there you go really. So yeah, really cool game if you're into Duke Nukem, so yeah, I'll recommend this one. It's quite fun, maybe cheesy because of the puns and all that, but yeah, again, very awesome game. The next game I have for you guys is the very first Gran Turismo. I don't know if this is the very first one, but it's Gran Turismo, so I assume it's the first one anyway. I wanted to give this game a go because, well, I saw this on the shelf and I was thinking, you know what, the fact that I haven't tried the Gran Turismo series before, I want to give the first one a go, just to see its like progression, its this whole lifetime, and you know, see how it like, what's his name? See how far it's been going for. So yeah, obviously it's still around today, and yeah, I tried out this game and it looks pretty good. I mean, seriously, for what it was at the time, it looks pretty stunning. I mean, when you looked at each car in the game, it's like, you see the light effects, it like shines on the car and makes it look so like realistic, which is pretty awesome. The driving physics may be a bit rough on the edges, but really awesome game. If you're into driving games such as this one, you know, again, let me know in the comments, because I probably would play this as a normal playthrough, just to muck around like a racetrack or something. So I'll maybe play the actual campaign itself, because there is like a campaign where you get to like go like into different types of races and different vehicles and everything. So yes, there may not be a lot of vehicles in the game, but yeah, really awesome game, highly recommend it. The next game I have to show you is bound to be one of my first fighting games I've ever seen during my life of gaming. And it's this. It's just called Kenzo Sacrifice, or Sacrifice, I don't know how you pronounce it, but let me know in the comments. But it's a fighting game made by Konami. I believe it's the same company that made Metal Gear Solid, I'm not too sure, but if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments again. Yeah, it's a pretty simple fighting game. I mean, the whole like campaign story thing is quite short for what it is, and yeah, I mean, you could play a variety of characters. One of them reminds me of Ryu from, what was it, Super Street Fighter. So yeah, that's the thing. But hey, we've got a goth there, and we've got freaking Ninja Wannabe in the background there, so yeah, I mean, it's a pretty interesting game. I mean, I don't know if you'll be interested in this game, but again, let me know in the comments. So that's that. Now, this has to be one of my all-time favourite games, and that is Rayman, the first one actually. And the visuals, oh my goodness, it like digs you in. And even though the game itself does get harder over time, trust me, it's a platformer, because of course it will get harder, but I like a challenge, that's the thing. But anyway, Rayman, man, again, it has to be one of the first platformers I ever played, and seriously, it's just one of those games that I love to get back into and like play over again, because you know, it's got kind of good variety, you know. You could put in like passwords, like save post passwords as well, so that's pretty cool. As long as you remember the password, then you can go back and like do whatever. But yeah, I mean the gameplay is just so awesome. So like, as soon as you have like a new ability that you've unlocked throughout the game, you can like backtrack through all your previous levels and then go to areas that you wouldn't be able to reach to previously. So that is awesome. And I can't wait to get to these other levels here, as you may see. So there's like a pencil sort of like trap there, so that's pretty interesting. So yeah, very weird, but in a good way, so I recommend this. Now, at first, when I bought this game, which was the first one, I thought that this was the SpiderMan game that I very first played, but it turns out I played the second one, not this one. So I thought, you know what, this looks very familiar to the one I played because of the whole graphics and the whole like heads-up display. It's like, yes, this looks very familiar, but it turned out to be the first one. I'm like, okay, I don't recognise these levels, but might as well play it. And again, it's still good. Unfortunately, it's not one of those games where you get to free roam in an open world. It's more like story, mission-based sort of game. So, if that makes sense. So, yeah, this is a game made by Activision, as you may see at the corner there, and also made by Neversoft, which made the Tony Hawk series. And I've got to say, they're really good. Especially the older ones, because they're my favourites. Especially Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. That was really awesome. But anyway, yeah, if you want me to play a Spider-Man game, if there's any Spider-Man fans out there, let me know, because I like to play this and give this go a chance on the big screen. So, there you go. And holy hell, this game, damn, Spyro the Dragon. Now, as soon as I got my hands on it once again, I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to lose this ever again, because this is something to cherish through your lifetime. Seriously, it is just one of those games, even though it looks childish and cartoony, but it's just one of those games that are just so nostalgic and so good. You really need to own this, because this is a really cool game. The fact that the whole point is that there's this bad guy who like freezes all these dragons or friends of yours, and you have to free them in different levels. And yeah, I mean, this is one part where I saw like a dragon that was trapped in the distance outside the map. Don't know which level it was, but it's the one with like lots of ramps, you know what I mean? And yeah, that was the hardest one to get to, because you just had to use the ramps to your advantage, like use the freaking boosters and stuff, and try to like get enough air to like glide and land on it just about. And that's a very hard level apparently, according to everyone that's played that part, especially me. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I managed to play this and complete it in the way in the past when I was a child, but yeah, I mean, a really, really good game. If you don't own this, I'd recommend it. This isn't like one of those like review videos if you're if you're curious, but again, I just want to show you the games I have in my collection. If you guys want me to play this awesome, amazing, heck of a game, let me know, because seriously, it is a blast. You will not regret it. And last but not least, this. Now, you may be thinking, what is this? Is this a knockoff? Well, I wouldn't say it's a knockoff, but I never knew, but I just realised that this game was made by Rockstar. Holy heck, you never knew that Rockstar would make a skateboarding game. That's insane, right? But anyway, this skateboarding game, it's funny as hell, because when you like mess up your trick or fall over, the way that your character falls over, it's just so funny and limby and stuff like that. It's all loose. It's so much fun. And the whole point of this game is basically, for each level you have to get a certain amount of points for you to progress throughout the game, and so on and so forth, and the points get higher and higher in each level. So yeah, that's the whole game basically. And yeah, if you're lucky enough, you'll get sponsors to put on your characters, like what's it, I can't remember the sponsors in this game. I mean, I can't remember. Yeah, but anyway, you get to like have the opportunity to put sponsors on your character just to promote them and stuff. I don't think they gain any like ability or anything like that, but just there for show. So yeah, pretty interesting game. I mean, I don't know if you're into skateboarding games such as me, but you know, give this game a go. I mean, again, if you want me to play this game just to show you what it's like, again, let me know. So I apologise if I do repeat myself, but yeah, that's the last game I have in my collection. So yes, they are all of my games, and I hope you've enjoyed this good episode. Once again, if there's any one of those games that you want me to play as a playthrough, let me know. And also, if you've got any ideas of your own, also put those in the comments below, because I love to hear suggestions and ideas. That way I can actually like work around those, and hopefully those dreams will become true. So that'll be it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have reached up to this part, don't forget to leave a like or a comment down below on what you think of this episode. Should help me a lot. And if you really liked it, why not subscribe to my channel and keep the channel growing? It helps me as well. Oh yes, keep up to date with videos that I do. And if you're new around the channel, welcome. Feel free to have a look around content that I've done in the past, which you want to keep up to date with the rest of the community. That would help me a lot as well, but either way, it is up to you. So yes, join me next time for maybe a PS2 collection. Oh, my PS2 collection of games, of course. And as always, enjoy the rest of your days. Salutes!